Okay. All right. We are just about to commence a game 3 on day 2 of the East Coast Clash here at the Darabin Community Sports Centre. My name is Sparks and I will be commentating this game for you, taking you through it. This game is an open gender game and is between the Light City Sabres, Crash, sorry, and Victorian men's roller derby. And lining up for Crash today, we have 07 Ramona Powers, 10 Jim Pregnable, 111 Glam, 12 Penny Dreadful, 120 Pure NRG, 13 Scarlet Fox, 16 Them Brutali, 242 Captain Snagtastic, 315 Elastisplat, 39 Biffy the Jammer Slayer, 404 is a Doctor Redacted, 416 Fangit, 519 Makita, 61 Gyro Gearloose, 65 Wanda Maximif, 789 Plague Baron, and 896 Crayon. If I'm a bit slow on the team names, I've got hay fever from being on the other track, and my eyes aren't working as well as I'd like them to. Rightio. Now for VMRD, the Valkyries, we have 007 Honey Collider, 1300 Bruiser, 117 Faster Chief, 12 Inconceivable, 13 Cyclo, 200 Machine, 24 Gamma Star, 236 Chung Tave, 24 Chaos, 2522 Hot Jam Donut, 269 Other Sin, 4 Pony Boy, 51 Sin, 75 Just Incredible, 86 Bonnie Jovi, and a 999 Velocity Raptor. And we are off and running. Now, this is going to be a very incredible game. We have Chang, who has a lead for VMRD. And I'm just trying to establish who has lead for Chaos in amongst the Chaos, which is 120, which is Pure NRG. But Chang has gone through, scored some points, and calling off the jam. Now, while you watch this particular game, I'd like to make a note of the fact that some of our players have already refed today or played another game with another team, and some of our refs have already played 1 or 2 games today. So the physicality of what they are going through today is not to be undermined. You will also find that we will probably have 2 heat breaks, I'm assuming, within the halves in accordance to heat policy. The last thing we want is our players to be sick or injured due to the heat. And while we're getting ready to commence, I would like to acknowledge we pay our respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. We acknowledge that this event is taking on Wurundjeri Wurrung land, always was, always will be, and I extend that acknowledgement and respect to elders past and present and those who may be watching in person today or via our live stream. I'd also like to thank the crew at Deadly Sports Plus for providing some wonderful first aid services. They're our favourite people that we don't want to need. However, they have sponsored the penalty box this weekend, and it's getting a lot of work, let me tell you. And not only that, they are a company that provide event first aid, not just to sporting events, but to many different types of events. They are also an accredited first aid trainer, which means that if your team or work or, I don't know, scout group want to arrange first aid training, give them a hoy online. And they also sell some amazing first aid kits. I have one and it is incredible. It generally lives in my bedroom, but at the moment it's at my home track. Now we are coming to you live from the Darrabin Community Sports Centre here at Reservoir High School, and we have some merch as well available. We have the lovely Pineapple Page here with her gear, and we also have, I have a list, flea bags, which is some homemade gifts. We have Talk Derby to Me, and then we have some teams with team merch being Dragon City, Geelong Roller Derby, and Victorian Men's Roller Derby. And I'd like to point out that when you buy team merch, you are supporting the team in many different ways. It's a way for teams to raise money, to help with purchasing of equipment, training venue costs, etc. And it's also a way of showing your pride in your sport and the amazing ability to come together and play. We all love merch. And I think I was saying on one of the other games that I believe once you've been in the Derby sphere, yes, it is its own sphere, once you've been in the Derby sphere for a while, you end up with a drawer dedicated to Derby merch, be it your own teams, other teams, major tournaments, and so on. Now, taking us through today in an official capacity, we have, I believe it is Mad Pixie. We have Disaster Chief. We have Dave. We have Corey. And I'd like to give a special shout out to Corey because Corey is a fantastic player with the Ballarat Rat Pack, an awesome official. But most importantly, Corey has been nominated as a finalist in the Victorian Pride of Sport, not Victorian, Australian Pride of Sports Awards as a coach. And that is an incredible honour, and that's out of not just roller derby, but all the sports. So, Corey, I tip my hat to you, and congratulations on your nomination, and we will all be cheering for you on that night. Now I do see Muggles in a official capacity there. Let's see, who else can I see? I can't even see who's on the penalty box. Oh, okay, my penalty box people, they're taking the advantage of having a seat. Now, I'm not particularly sure what the hold-up is, and I don't have a spy to go and send. I don't know whether it's to do with the track or official or something, or because we've only been going a couple of minutes, so I really don't think it's a heat policy, but this is an official's timeout, and we are 5 minutes and 40 seconds into that. All right, now we have the rolling whistle, which means that we are about to recommence playing. And we have, lining up with the stars, we have Disaster Chief. And we have, and I'm just trying to see, 789, who is Plague Bacon. Oh, and in a very tactical move, in an extremely tactical move, Plague Bacon called the jam. VMRD are currently on 11 points and Crash on 2. But in Derby, 2 minutes is a long time. 15 minutes half, 30-minute half is a lifetime. Now we have 130 for VMRD. Bruiser, and Bruiser has just gotten lead. And I'm just seeing who is for Chaos. 3-9, Biffy the Vampire Slayer. Oh, no, that was a star pass there, I believe. Let's see who has got the helmet. See, unfortunately, their jammer has been sent to the penalty bin. And that is 0111 Glam. And I must admit, I think Crash's Guernseys, etc. have been some of the best I've seen. They're very bright and vibrant, and we love them. And down around turn 3 and 4, there's a bit of action happening. And we've had a star pass. Oh, no, there was no star pass, but the jam has been called. We have a current scoreline of VMRD on 22 and Crash on 22. And we will have Glam and Cyclo lining up this particular jam. And one thing you may not know is Cyclo has basically just come from one game over the foyer to play a second game in a row. So pretty amazing. Oh, actually, no, she had a game off. But Cyclo has already played one game today and is jamming 1-3, let me see. Yeah, so we do have Cyclo. All right. And jamming for Chaos, we have Dr. Redacted. All right, now VMRD have called that jam. Playing a very tactical game. And we have a scoreline of VMRD on 28 and Crash on 2 points. And while we see who's we've got Changtave lining up against. Can't quite see. Thembley. And Crash and Chang has jumped through the pack to obtain lead. And Chang, so Chang's come through, grabbed some points, and called the jam. Chang is a very dynamic skater and is very athletic in the way that they skate this game and can jump and find space on where there is none. Now we have, I believe, Disaster Chief and Plague Bacon. And I'm sorry, but now I want bacon and toast sandwiches. Can someone bring me a toasted bacon toasty? No, just kidding. All right. So we have Faster Chief coming in on his passing trip. And been recycled to the back of the pack. Okay. So, and while we have a skater approaching the penalty box, I would like to thank our sponsors at Deadly Sports Plus First Aid, who have kindly sponsored the penalty box for today, or for this entire weekend, and who provide us with lots of support in the first aid field at derby events, both major tournaments and home games. They also do event first aids. They sell some amazing first aid kits, and they do provide training, first aid training. So if you're looking to train somewhere or you need a first aid kit, yell out to Deadly Sports Plus. I can tell you they're an amazing crew, and we love them. However, we don't love them, but when we need them, we love them even more. Rightio. So, Disaster Chief is still going around so far with 8 points this particular jam. And with that, the jam has ended. It was a very equal jam. Both teams scored 8 points. And as we change our lineups over, I'd like to say a special hi, how are you? We're thinking of you to all our leagues, players, supporters, friends in the Southeast Queensland, northern regions of Northern Rivers areas of New South Wales. We know that Brisbane Rangers had 2 teams that were due to come down and play with us today, as well as Sun State Roller Derby based on the Gold Coast. And we know that Alfred spoilt the party. I'm going to get a flaming heck in there sooner or later, which I just did. But we also know that your safety, your family's safety, etc., comes first. And unfortunately, Alfred closed down the airports as well. So we are hoping that you are warm, safe, that you have your power restored, and that you have not suffered too much damage around your properties. All right. We have... Okay, I'm just trying to see who's coming through. Okay, so... Okay, so we have Bruiser jamming for VMRD. And I can't quite see who is jamming for Chaos, because I believe that they're in the box. But we will find out sooner or later. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alrighty. All right. So, whoa, that was awesome. It is glam jamming for Chaos. Ooh, and that was okay. I won't be one moment. We'll be right back. All right. We're just going to take a few minutes break for a little bit, and we will be back soon. Alrighty, and welcome back. We're about to recommence play in this first half, Game 3, Day 2 of East Coast Clash. And Chang has literally leapt his way through the pack to obtain lead. And jamming for chaos is Dr. Redacted. And we have some very vocal supporters here, which is always amazing to see. We love it when our supporters are loud. As this particular event, we're not actually broadcasting live into the venue. So otherwise you'd be hearing a lot more cheers because I could rev them up, but I can't. However, they are being very, very supportive, and Chang has needed to recycle to the back of the pack. All right, looks like we've had a star pass. Oh, no. Let me see. Okay, no, it didn't happen. It was Dr. Redacted. Alrighty, so for a bit of a score update, we have Crash on 16 points and Victorians Men Roller Derby on 57. And we have a Faster Chief and Grim Brulee jamming this particular round. Rightio. And now, who has lead? Grim Brulee has lead, which is allowing them to score some points and get some advantages up on VMRD. And just danced away through their pack there. Here we are, 12 or so minutes into this first half, with a scoreline of 61 to VMRD to 24 points for Crash. But we still have another 11 or so minutes of this. We have 18 minutes left in this half. Forgot, clock goes down. And then we have another 30 minutes. So there's a lot of time. And I'm sure that this game is going to change leads so many times. All right, so jamming 4. We have Cyclo for VMRD. And we also have, I believe it's... All right. It is Jim Pregnable. So Jim Pregnable is... All right. Jim Pregnable is jamming for chaos. Meanwhile, Cyclo has come out with the lead. Alrighty, and now I can't really hear myself, so I'm apologizing if you can't hear me watching on the live stream. I will go and check with Maven Morv, who is in charge of our live stream here at Darabin today. All right, so who have we got? Okay, so we have an official timeout. Oh, all righty, now we are back and we are playing. And who have we here? We have Bruiser. Okay, so we are on a heat break at the moment, so I'm going to turn the mic off and I'm going to blank the screen. And when the picture comes back, you know we are about to start playing again. Thank you. Rightio, and we are back. Now, we are about to recommence play, but in our heat break, I found out something really, really interesting. You want to know? You know you want to know. Alrighty, here it is. Crash have not one, not two, not three, but four junior players playing here in the open games, and that in itself is a huge task when you think that our juniors go up to the age, I think they start aging out at about 17-ish. So not only are they a lot younger than a lot of our players, but they are also on Team Australia at the Junior World Championships here in Australia, in Brisbane, in the July school holidays. So that is a massive achievement, and I'm going to give them a huge well done. And I'm going to suggest even, if you look up Crash Roller Derby, I'm sure that they will be doing fundraisers, etc., for their players. But they will also, if you also look up the Australian Juniors World Derby Facebook page, there will be links and things to things that the Australian team are doing as a team to help our players commit. These players go to multiple states just to train. Now, taking off for this particular jam is Chung Tave, who has gotten leave. Now, who are these amazing people that I mentioned? Well, we have 769 Plague Baron, 12 Penny Dreadful, 416 Makita, and we have Cicada. And they are the juniors playing at this tournament for Crash Roller Derby. And we say, we are so proud of you for stepping up at such a huge event. And Chang is successfully continuing to score. Alrighty. And I'm just seeing who's jamming. Crime. Oh, that's why I don't have the name. Oh, Grime Brulee, that's right. Thankfully, some of my vision is coming back now, that the wonderful team at Deadly Sports Plus First Aid have fixed me up. And with that, Changstein chosen to call that jam, and it was a 24-point jam for Changtave, and they have held the Incredibles to a scoreless jam. We will have Faster Chief lining up to jam, and joining Chief on the line will be no one, because Grimble is in the Deadly Sports Plus First Aid penalty box and cooling their heels for a little bit. Faster Chief has achieved lead. Meanwhile, Grimble has returned to track, and there is a massive pack in front of me at turn 1, which Faster Chief negotiated like the chief that they are. Now, as I was mentioning that we had juniors playing adult level and that jam has been called, I wanted to say a special shout out to our Southeast Queensland, Northern Rivers area of New South Wales, friends, families, teams, supporters, we're all thinking of you. We know that Brisbane City Rollers teams, the Ramones and the Red Kennedys, were unable to travel down to play with us today. Nor were Sunstate Killer Bees. However, we have missed you, but we want to know that you are all safe and well, and we will get to play with you at another time. You can count on it. And I'd also like to thank the teams here at East Coast Clash. As one Brisbane team, Brisbane City Rollers Hit Squad, had a few of their players down here before airports, etc. closed. And we have had many teams here today and over the weekend. Alone, the Hit Squad, some players to guest skate so that they can field a full roster at this tournament. They are representing Brisbane City Rollers like a boss, really. Now we have Chung Tave and Glam. Oh, no, it's not Chang. It's, I want to say, all right, we have Glam and Bruiser. Okay. Alrighty. A lot of action up around term 2. With Glam just spinning around, finding almost impossible spaces. And we have just had a Chaos player sent to the bench. I'm just going to have a look at what that was. Alrighty. I think that was Hot Jam Donut, and I think that was a misconduct. Rightio. So we have Chang, and I believe it will be Dr. Redactor, and Chang has literally flown out. And Crime Brulee is making a way through the pack. And they are all waiting. Haha. So Chang got through for another scoring pass. The good thing when you do this job, well, not a paid job, but when you commentate at a lot of games, you get to see a lot of teams play. And you get to kind of think, oh, is that what they're going to do? And then they surprise you. And it's the same for the players on the team. Now Chang's needing to be recycled to the back of the pack to re-engage. And so far this jam, Chang has effectively scored 12 points, which is a decent score, and we will be right back. Rightio, I am back here, and we're in what is called an official review that has been called by Chaos. Not Chaos. Crash, sorry. I tell you what, every time I see their scrim tops, I'm reminded of Crash Bandicoot. So I might have to be nice to my son and see if they'll bring their PlayStation down for me to play one day. You can tell my generation if I'm talking Crash Bandicoot and all those really good original games. Oh, and Banjo-Kazooie. Can't forget the banjo. And while we're undertaking this official review, I'd like to thank our first responders who are helping our friends, family, teammates, colleagues, everyone in the Northern Rivers, New South Wales, Southeast Queensland areas, as they have Alfred, who's been a bit of a nasty pasty, I must admit. The first responders, whether it be paid or unpaid, actually do put their lives at risk to ensure our safety. And quite often in situations like flood, fire, storm, they will be out helping other people while their own homes are impacted. And that takes a certain kind of special person to do that. I'd also like to say a big thank you to the ADF and send our warmest thanks and best wishes to those involved in yesterday's accident just outside of Lismore. Whenever we have a natural disaster, our ADF are there, boots on the ground helping, and to have such an incident occur at such a bad time in the area just shows how dangerous the roads, etc., can be after such a weather event. If it's flooded, forget it. And if you don't need to go out, don't. Keep what roads and that are not closed free and available for emergency services. So sending out love to the crew involved, their friends, family, supporters. And actually, I'm going to put a bit of a question out there. Because I know, like myself, a lot of people were watching the news last night and thinking, how can I help? How can I make a meaningful difference that I know is going to get to people that need it? And it hit me last night. Blood. If you can donate blood or plasma, it will be going to hospitals. It will be replenishing the supplies of people who are unable to donate due to being stranded in their homes. It will help not just trauma victims, but it also helps people with some chronic illnesses who need regular transfusions in which to survive. So if you can, do it for Derby. Donate for Derby. And back to the gameplay, and we have Master Chief. And that was an incredibly quick round while I got on my little high horse there. But, yeah. Actually, I do my best thinking on the fly. I also do my worst thinking on the fly. Okay, we have a team timeout for Red. But if you are watching on the live stream or you're having a watch party with your team to watch your game, I want to set a challenge. I want people who donate to hashtag donate for Derby donates. So let's go. Hashtag Derby donates. Because for a half an hour of your time, and I hear the snacks are pretty good. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to be able to donate because I got dodgy blood myself. But for half an hour of time, you can make an impact on someone's life that is meaningful and will get to the people that need it, especially when we know that with natural disasters, it reduces the amount of time that we have to donate, and our donation pool becomes smaller, yet our need becomes greater. So if you're in the Derbyverse and you decide to donate blood, hashtag it as Derby Donates, and let's see what we can do. Let's make a difference. All right, so we have a Chang lining up for VRDL and has come through wonderfully to obtain lead. And we have Dr. Adapter jamming for Crash. And we are just a tad under 7 minutes left in this first half. There will then be a 20-minute half time. The half times have been extended just a little bit to give our players some time to breathe, recover, rehydrate. Current scoreline has VMRD on 144 and Crash on 31. We are, after this game, we still have 2 more games to play on both this track and our other track to take us through till roughly 7 o'clock-ish tonight. And then, but wait, there's more. No steak knives, no freebies, but there is more Derby tomorrow. So, if you're in Melbourne and you're watching this and you're thinking, I'm enjoying this, but it's hot, I don't want to go out. Well, come on down tomorrow. Now, all right. That was a classic. Okay, and there was a star pass there from Bruiser to Sin. And that means, okay. So I think the star, all right, yep. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening because it's down around turn 3. And that jam has been called. So, all right, and we are having another official timeout. So, as I was saying, well, what can we do to help? Roll up your arm and donate some blood. I may talk to the officials in the half time and see if we can make it something that's happening. I don't know. It was a thought. I have many friends and families in these areas, and knowing that they're all okay is amazing. But you do feel helpless being this far away, and yeah, we all stick together here in Oz. That's one of the best things I like about us. We have, I think that's a creme brulee. Yep, creme brulee and Bruiser. However, Bruiser's paying the penalty box. Proudly sponsored by Deadly Sports First Aid. Deadly Sports plus First Aid. I'm sorry, this is my 3rd game in a row I've commentated, and I've had to have an antihistamine so that I can actually see. But they got the people at Deadly Sports First. They fixed me up, so I was able to have my eye washed out, which is. I now have vision in that eye again, which is good, and an antihistamine. All right. So, bruisers are coming past. Meanwhile, Grimbrelay. Oh. Okay. So, Crash's score is now at 46 with VMRD on 152. A little over 3 minutes left in this first half. Rightio. And so we have Faster Chief and Plague Bacon jamming with... that was an awesome little jam there from Plague Bacon. Not only got out for lead, but was able to keep the score lines fairly similar. And okay, we've got we have lining up for this next jam, Dr. Redacted taking on Chang. Okay, we're in another official timeout. Oh no, that was the rolling whistles, so that means we can start to play. Rightio. So, Dr. Redacted made their way through the pack to get lead. And Chang's coming back. And I will say this, it is a very rare jammer and team that keep Chang to 0 points in a jam. Just shows the quality of the players that we have playing with us this weekend. And knowing that some of these players are juniors is an even bigger yay for our sport, because they will be coming up and playing open games very soon. So we have Glam and Cyclo with their stars. Cyclo has obtained a lead over Glam. And we are just over a minute left to play in this first half. However, unless it's called early for whatever reason, then it will go to the end of the jam. And by calling that jam off when Cyclo has, that means we will have time for one more jam in this first half. Because what happens, as long as you start that jam before the rolling whistle to signify the end of a time period, it gets played. Rightio, and with 21 seconds left on the clock, a new scrim has started. With Plague Bacon. And for those of you watching at home, may I say, Plague Baron, why have I been saying bacon? Plague Baron is one of the junior skaters who will be representing Australia in this year's Worlds. Alrighty, and now we have a 20-minute intervention, and I will be back. My name's Sparks. It's been my pleasure taking you through this first half, and I'll see you back here in about 15 odd minutes. Rightio. And we... Alrighty. And we are about to recommence play within the next 2 minutes in the second half of Game 3, Day 2, East Coast Clash, with Crash versus Victorian Men's Roller Derby. Our scores have Crash on 56 and VMRD on 160 points. Given the extreme heat in Melbourne that we are currently experiencing, there will be an official timeout in the middle of this half to allow players to rehydrate and rest under heat policy rules. We hope that wherever you're watching, you're cool, warm, safe, dry, and enjoying watching some of the best players play a game that they love a lot. So we are getting ready to recommence play, and the current temperature where we are playing externally is 34 degrees. Inside, I'd hazard a guess we're a bit warmer. And the rolling whistle has gone, and that means part 2 is about to recommence. Rightio. So we have Chang coming out for lead, and they are doing a star pass to Dr. Redacted, from what I could see. Meanwhile, Chang has scored a few quick points and called off the jam. If you're just joining us, my name is Sparks, and we're coming to you live from the Darren Community Sporting Stadium, located within Reservoir High, Plenty Road in Reservoir. We would like to thank the centre for allowing us to come and take over their centre for 3 days. It's always good when we can run more than one track. And we have Disaster Chief and Plague Baron. Whoa, fighting it out. Oh, that was a big hit. And that huge hit that just saw Fast Chief fly off the track was one of our Junior Worlds players. I'm liking the future of our sport. Rightio. So we have Glam and not sure who's got our star. There's a lot of tripping and falling. And Bruiser has the star for VMRD. Both packs are the packs are quite defensive, but both Glam and Bruiser are finding space where there doesn't really seem to be space, which is a credit to their prowess is playing. VMRD currently hold lead. Alrighty. So Chief is up to, let me see, I believe, 8 points for this jam. So a Bruiser is now up to 12, and the VMRD pack is really working hard at keeping both their player. Sorry, something just happened out of the corner of my eye and I lost my train of thought there. Bruiser's now up to 20 for this particular jam. Oh, that's right. The VMRD were really doing a great job in holding up the jammer for Crash. Rightio. So we have Chang coming up against, I believe, Dr. Redacted. Starting to learn who the people are now. Rightio. We're just working on a few technical things, I believe. Normally I would be watching for the jam timer, but they don't seem to be on the track, so I'm not sure what's happening. Normally it would come up on the screen what is happening. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, sorry? Oh, okay. Beautiful. That's all right. Thank you for that. Alrighty. Did a bit of investigating, otherwise known as calling a friendly referee over to tell me what was going on. And between the referee and our wonderful crew at Deadly Sports First Aid, or Deadly Sports Plus First Aid, I was able to find out that our scoreboard has decided, nope, don't want to play anymore. It's too hot, and I don't blame it. So we're on an official timeout now, which has come up, which is a good sign because that hadn't come up previously. And now they are doing some fault finding. But what I might do is, while we wait, I'll turn the camera, I will put our Be Right Back screen up and I'll turn off the microphone. And as soon as you see us up again, you'll know that we're about ready to commence. In the meantime, take advantage of this time to run to the loo, grab a cuppa, do what you need to do, and we will be back playing very soon. Rightio, as I said, when the picture comes back, we'll almost be ready to start playing again, and I'm hoping that that is the case. Our players are on track, and this is going to sound really weird when I say it. They are back on track, keeping themselves warm. And in such a hot day, you might think, am I nuts? But no, it's just keeping the muscles and that warm and free flowing. Ah. And now it appears our scoreboard issues are still giving us a little grief, but hopefully we'll be able to recommence play soon. Having issues on the other track as well? Sorry? Rightio. And it looks like we are good to go, which means that we've kind of told the scoreboard we really need it to keep playing for the next couple of hours, next couple of games. And we are about to restart. Rightio. And so we have wearing our stars. We have. Oh, I'm just trying to see. Dr. Redacted and Chang. However, Chang is chasing Dr. Redacted down very both speedily and promptly. And with that, Dr. Redacted got some points on the board and then called the game off. Rightio. So now lining up, we have. Oh, yes. We have Plague Baron up against Cyclo, with Cyclo achieving lead status. However, yeah, some of these jams are coming too quick for me to even commentate. But as I said, Plague Baron is one of the juniors who will be representing Australia in the Junior World Cup, Junior Roller Derby World Cup in Brisbane. in July of this year. Now we have Glam and Disaster Chief. Okay, so the red pack is doing a good job of holding Chief up. The pirouette saw Chief make some space. Glam currently chasing Chief down. However, with an apex jump, they scored some quick points and then called the jam off. As I said, there will be a lot more derby. There are 2 more games on this track tonight and 2 more games on the other track, running simultaneously. And we will be back tomorrow. Now, a bruiser has come through for lead, I believe. Rightio. All right, we have a timeout called for an official timeout. Okay, it appears it could be a bit more of a technical issue, but we have the rolling whistle, which means we're ready to play again. Okay, so who is coming through? We have Chang successfully getting lead, and I'm just looking to see who the jammer is. It'll be Plague Baron, who is currently cooling heels in the Deadly Sports Plus First Aid penalty box. Meanwhile, Chang is coming around scoring. And then the pivot has been sent to the box for Crash. However, the Plague Baron is out of the cage. And VRDL's blockers are doing an amazing job of holding them back. Yeah, they've gotten through. I must admit, that was an incredible piece of play there by both teams, both jammers and blockers respectively. And our scoreline is the Incredibles on 65, with the Valkyries on 210, with still 21 odd minutes left of play, including I'm not sure whether we will still have the heat break, given we've already had 2 longish breaks of play. But we'll roll with it, because that's what we do. We roll. Okay, and Cyclo and Glam jamming for their respective teams at the moment, and what I'm seeing is 2 very distinct methods of play, but they both seem to be working, and it's quite incredible to watch. Because, well, Crash have their oh, okay. Right. So that jam has come to a conclusion. Now, what I was saying before, and this is the thing I like about when we're only doing live stream commentating and not in the venue, is that I can talk about play. If it was going live into the venue, I cannot. However, if you're a little bit confused about what's going on when I say that, have a watch at the position of the team's defenders, and that will give you a bit of an idea. All right, so we've got Faster Chief and Dr. Redacted jamming. Rightio. Okay. So what you might notice, well, it's not so much in this particular one, but in the previous scrim, the Incredibles had their pods, had their triangles and that formed. Whenever a jammer got through, it was reformed instantly. However, VMRD don't always do it like that, and yet they seem to be able to cover the track and be where they need to be in a flash. Like, you see them in one spot, and then they're everywhere. Different horses for different courses, as they say, but it is interesting watching. And I believe that having different plays of style actually makes not only for a great game, but a great learning opportunity, because all the teams that are here, they will go home, they will view their games of this weekend, and Chang's just gone through for lead, and Plague Baron has come through. So Chang being, all right. That was another quick jam called off by Chang. Now, you've heard me mention the Junior Roller Derby World Championships in Brisbane later in the year. But then, I haven't told you, how can you get your kids into this sport? First of all, I'm going to say that we have some amazing athletes on the track at the moment. We have jamming for VMRD is the Bruiser, and I'm not sure who's, I want to say it's Glam. Yep, it's Glam. Anyway, I digress. On to Junior Roller Derby. If you think, gee, that's a sport that's different, I think my child would like that. What you need to do is visit the Australian Roller Derby World Cup Facebook page. They will have information. Reach out to your local leagues. Some of them have junior leagues. For example, in Melbourne, we have Southeast Magic, which is a combination hosted by South Sea Roller Derby and the Witches of Eastvic. We have Dragon City in Bendigo have their spring rollers, who then develop into the Chicos. Ballarat have a junior team, as do Warrnambool. And that's just that I know of in Victoria. Now, Faster Chief and Dr. Redacted taking the star for this particular jam. And there was a bit of a gazelle-like apex jump there. So if your local league doesn't have a juniors program, doesn't mean you can't still be a part of it. Because if you ask them, generally they'll know where to find it. And we are in an official timeout now, which I am assuming is our heat break. So I'm going to turn the mic off. And as per usual, when we have a bit of a break like this, I'm going to turn the cameras off so that when you can see players again, you know that we are about to recommence. Alrighty-o, we are back after that heat break for the second half. Chang has donned the staff of VMRD and has successfully achieved lead, coming up against Dr. Redacted. This has been a interesting jamming opposition combo to watch. And Chang has just called that off. Rightio. Bit more prepared now than I was just then. I had to pop something away from the break. But we have Faster Chief and Plague Baron donning the stars for their teams. I must say that Plague Baron, not only an incredible player, but holding his own against players that have had many, many more years of experience. And that just only says good thing about our game. Faster Chief has called that jam off. Our scoreline currently reading Valkyries 251 for VMRD, and the Incredibles, which is for Crash, is 73. All right. Now, who have I got jamming at this particular moment? I've got I've got Glam, and I believe it would be Bruiser. Yeah, it's Bruiser. However, Crash has successfully recycled Bruiser to the back of the pack. And there's been a bit of a pile-up on turn 1. And after that, Glam has achieved lead status. Okay, and after a slight tumble, Glam has called that jam off. All right. The Incredibles will have a Dr. Redacted up against Chang. And with this pairing, it's really the start that you get as to who gets through one way or another. And with a elegant toe-stop turn, Chang was able to find that micro space and come through for lead. And while the Incredibles defense is doing an amazing job of holding him up, Chang is very skillful in finding very, very short, small spaces to play in. Rightio. And that means that our jam has been called, and Chang earned a not so shabby 8 points, which is taking the Valkyries to 259, and the Incredibles, or Crash, are on 76 points. Rightio. So, we have Faster Chief. We have the Plague Baron. And rightio. So we have Bruiser and Glam lining up again for their respective teams. Rightio. Oh, Bruiser found a tiny patch of track to get through, whereas Glam is also now on her scoring pass. That was an interesting bit of play going through her defence's pack, but it actually kind of bit of a protective wall for Glam. So at 4 points apiece for that particular jam, we have the Incredibles on 80 and actually 7 points for the Valkyries on 267. We are about just a tad over 8 minutes from concluding this game. And as always, we can't do it without the people that support us. Now, it is, it's Chang and Dr. Redacted. And Chang has successfully been awarded lead, whereas Dr. Redacted is now out of the pack doing a scoring pass. Whereas Chang come through, grabbed some points and said, that's it, I'm going. The heat at the venue is incredible, and the fatigue of players and officials, it's getting up there. And I need to thank a few people before I have to go to another track. And that is the wonderful team at Deadly Sports Plus First Aid. They are an amazing supporter of our sport. Oh, and before I keep going, I'm just saying the Plague Baron has achieved lead over Faster Chief. As I was saying, Deadly Sports Plus, great event, first aid people, friendly, helpful. We love them. It's strange when we say we love them, but we never really need to see them. But when we do, they're our favourite people in the whole wide world. I'd also like to thank the Darebin Community Sports Complex for allowing us to take over both of their game courts for 3 full days. It's nice to have a venue where we can have 2 tracks going and in distinct separate areas, which is made for some great derby fun. Also sending thanks to our team supporters here in the venue. I mean, I know they can't hear me, but they may see me on the replay. And so the family and friends of all our players, we can't do this game without you guys. And those of you up north who are watching on the live screen, we are sending our heartfelt derby love your way. Hoping you're all safe, dry, and that there's not been too much damage where you may be. Okay. Looks like we're having another couple of technical issues at the moment, but that's okay. The heat is playing a bit of havoc with some of the equipment because, as we all know, IT equipment, when you run it for a long time, gets warm. when you run it for a long time and it's 34 degrees, it says, no way, I don't want to. But we have some amazing tech people here, including the wonderful Maven Mauve, who is fixing scoreboards and doing all sorts of things for us. All right. Looks like we are good to go. And we're going to cross our fingers and toes that for the next 6 minutes and 25 seconds, the scoreboard wants to play nicely with us. And it can have a little bit of a rest if it needs between games. So, getting us underway. Oh, the wonderful person fixing our gremlins is our streaming partner, Maven Mauve, who is doing the live stream not just for one but for 2 tracks, pretty much, I would say, single-handedly, and having been at other tournaments, I know what a big job that is, and we are so appreciative that we have this live stream, not only so that you get to watch us at home, but so that our teams, when they next meet, can say, watch their teams. And it helps with game development to be able to see how your team has played. It will show you your individual team's strengths and weaknesses, but it also gives you insight on some of the teams you may be coming up against. Okay, now we have our wonderful guru of the IT. Hopefully getting a backup system if required. Meanwhile, it looks like we're about ready to get these last 6 minutes underway. All right. Okay, I see my friendly jam timer has got the whistle ready. That means it's looking a bit like we're getting ready to recommence. Okay, and it appears that there's some discussion going on, given that we only have 6 minutes left, of whether we are able to complete this game or not. The score differential won't change, as in it's not going to. The verdict is already known. However, it is game time. It is a major tournament. So we're waiting to find out what the call will be, especially with the time out. So what? Okay, so we had the rolling whistle, which means we are going to get some play underway. Now, we just need the software and the equipment to behave for 6 minutes. All right? So, we have Chang and Dr. Redacted. And Chang successfully obtaining a lead, while Dr. Redacted is still trying to find a way through that VMRD wall. So both players are out of the pack on their initial run, and coming up for a scoring run is Chang, who already has 4 points. So this is their second scoring pass, taking the total to 8 points with a tad over 5 minutes left. And an apex jump. Thank you, Chang. I think the apex jump is a move. Oh, however, guess what? Chang has lost lead, which means 2 things. A, paying a visit to the Deadly Sports Plus First Aid penalty box. Yes, I got it right. But the jam's going to go for the full 2 minutes because lead has been ceded, which means that Chang has lost the ability to control the duration of this particular jam. And Chang is now out of the box and will concentrate on scoring some more. Rightio, and with that, a little jam there, we have the Incredibles having 8 points and VMRD with Chang on 12. A scoreline of 91 to Crash and 283 for VMRD. We now have, we have the Baron and we have Sin jamming. Okay, and with that, the jam has been called with a little over. We've just got over 3 minutes left to play. So we're sending all our Be Nice vibes to our IT equipment. We promise we'll give it a rest soon. Rightio, we have a Glam and Faster Chief taking the star. And that was a massive defensive move there by the Chaos blocker. And doing some amazing communicating with the team. And Biffy's been sent to the penalty box. Rightio. And we have 416, Fang It, who is also going to Worlds in Brisbane this year, paying a quick visit to the penalty box. But it just shows that our junior programs Australia-wide are a great training ground for the up-and-coming players of our sport. Okay, so 16 points takes VMRD to 302 with Crash remaining on 93. Now, we have just over a minute and a half left to play. That does not mean that this is the last jam by any means. Okay, so Chang has come out, successfully obtained lead, and this is a power jam situation, which means that Crash's jammer is starting this jam in the penalty box, which means that Chang was the only one able to score for a while. And Glam is back out on track. And we have just over a minute left. We are in the dying seconds of the game. And Chang's being his Changy best. And grabbed another few points just for the sake of it. Rightio. So as we are into the last 15 seconds, this incredibly long game is about to come to fruition at the end of this jam, which I like that Chang was looking at the bench saying, one more round? Because, okay, so for 20 points in that particular round, we have an unofficial score of Crash Incredibles on 97, and VMRD on 326. We're just waiting for the officials, and there's the rolling whistle, and that is your official score. All right, my name was Sparks, and it was a pleasure to take you through this long, hot game. And we will see you soon for the next game, which I believe is Light City Sabres, and I'm not sure who they're playing against. It looks like it could be the Hit Squad from Brisbane, sorry. Yeah, BCR Hit Squad. Yeah, BCR Hit Squad up against Light City, and I know on behalf of the Brisbane teams, I'd like to thank the players that are stepping up to be a Hit Squad member this weekend. It's meant a lot to the Hit Squad members that are here, as it's meant they've been able to at least represent BCR in style. My name's Sparks, and it was a pleasure having you on this game. Thank you.